Hi everyone. Okay, so this morning I want to talk to you about hair care. For a lot of people this may not be all that relevant because I have naturally curly hair, which if I come a little bit closer, you'll hopefully be able to see it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is obviously what shampoo and conditioner I use. Now, I've been using the same one for a little while now and I absolutely love it. I'm not the target market for this particular product, and I found it on, I think it was just Boots. It's quite readily available, and it is the Dark and Lovely range, Au Naturel, and it's absolutely beautiful. I use the Beyond Gentle sulphate free wash and the Not Out conditioner. It is made with mango oil and bamboo milk, which sounds about as nice as it smells. It just smells really nourishing and just not overly perfumed, just a really nice, soft, gentle smell that is quite mango-y, and the conditioner is exactly the same. It lasts quite a long time as well. Each bottle is 400ml. And I've used lots of different shampoos and conditioners. I used to use TG for years and years, their S Factor range. And I don't know why I thought I'd go for this. I think I saw it and I just thought it says for all curl types and for frequent use. So I thought let's give it a whirl. I think it's under £6 a bottle. And it does last quite a while. And it's just such lovely stuff to use. It just lathers really nicely, but it feels very gentle as well, like it says it's beyond gentle. And then the Not Out conditioner, it just slips through your hair so nicely and your hair feels so soft. You kind of can't explain the difference that it makes. But I don't know whether you can see particularly well in the light, but it makes my hair really shiny as well, like the shiniest it's ever been. And I think that's not necessarily because it's probably covering it in lots of chemicals, but it's actually just really treating and looking after the hair and just making it really healthy from within. So I think it's a much more of just like a natural healthy shine. So the next thing that I like to use in terms of conditioner every now and again is another product from Dark and Lovely, and this is in their more traditional packaging, which I was much more familiar with. But after I'd got on so well with products from the Au Naturel range, I wanted to try this because it just sounded like my hair needed it. It's their Ultra Cholesterol Intensive Treatment Rinse Off Care. 5 minutes to intensively nourish hair, and it's for damaged, relaxed and colour treated hair. See, my hair isn't relaxed, but it does quite often feel very parched, very dry, and it is colour treated as well. So we thought let's give it a go. Now this stuff is amazing. It's super cheap. It's £1.99 I think from Boots, so straight off worth trying just to see how you get on. I think this is only really going to be for people who have really dry hair, because I think if you've got any slight oiliness at all, unless it's just dry on the ends and you just focus it on the ends of your hair, it's very moisturising, and it is the most amazing colour as well. I don't know if you can sort of see that. I'm scared to tip it anymore in case it all pours out. It's the most amazing yellow, and it just, as soon as you start using it, it just feels like it's really deeply conditioning your hair. I think they recommend you leave it on for at least 2 minutes and anything up to 7. But it's absolutely lovely, and considering it's so cheap, this is the first one I've bought and there's still loads in there. I've used it quite a few times. It says to apply it generously, but because it's not really designed for my hair type, although I do have curly hair, I don't find that I probably need quite as much as they recommend. So I think you do need to experiment a little bit in terms of how much to use, but it's amazing. In terms of smell, it is a different smell to the Au Naturel range, because this isn't kind of promoting the whole natural bamboo mango vibe. It does smell quite nice. It smells, I don't know how to describe it, just like a really nice conditioner. It's quite a fresh, not too perfumed smell, so there's nothing too offensive about it. One thing I do notice when I have used this, I can smell the conditioner on my hair for pretty much the rest of the day or evening or whatever I've used it, so the smell does linger on the hair. Whilst we're on the subject of conditioners, there's a third conditioner that I have been using at the moment. I tend to use a lot less shampoo than I do conditioner. I get through conditioner by the bucket load, as anyone with hair like this would probably know already. And this shampoo, sorry, it's not the best thing to present because I don't have a new one to show you, but this is that part of what was originally Lush Sugar Daddy-O conditioner. Now, the main reason, I've got to be honest, for me buying this is the fact that it smells really nice. The smell is, I think it's a mixture of violet leaf absolute, rose and geranium, but essentially it smells like Parma violets, which I adore. And the smell stays on your hair as well, so once you've conditioned, it just lingers for the rest of the day, and it's not over the top, it's just like a really lovely smell that every so often you catch, you think, oh, it just smells amazing. It's quite difficult to use in my hair, I find. What the directions are, you wet it and you kind of get some of the product into your hands and then you just work it through the hair. Now I have to do that about 3 or 4 times for me to feel like I've got sufficient product in there for it to really be conditioning. I don't find it works that if you just go straight for massaging it into the hair, because it doesn't really, the product doesn't really feel like it's coming off. So kind of warm it between your hands and then massage it around, and then you'll start to see a lot of the product come off. Then I just give it a really good brush through, as I would do usually with conditioner, and rinse it out. But it's absolutely lovely, and I will be getting another one of these soon because it's just such a lovely conditioner. It's technically not meant for my kind of hair. This is, I think it was designed for blonde hair because of the whole purple counteracting the potential brassiness within blonde hair. It can make blonde hair more sort of luminous and bright looking. In terms of styling my hair, I've used a lot of products over the years, and there's just one that I have come back to again and again and again. I've repurchased this, I don't even know how many times now, because I'll think, I'll try something different, and I'll try it and I'll think, no, that's rubbish. Or I'll go to the hairdressers and they'll put something on me and I think, oh yeah, that's really nice, I'll buy some of that, and then I just can't replicate the results at home. So the product that I've been using again and again and again on my hair has been this one, which is Catwalk by TG, and it's their Curls Rock Amplifier. Now this is a cream that you apply to wet hair, and it's for definition and separation. This is 150ml in here, and it just comes out in a little pump at the top. Now the reason why I keep coming back to this again and again is I often find with products that are made for curly hair, they either leave your curls too crispy and amazingly well defined, but just no matter how much or how little you use, you just kind of get the same effect and you have this crispy, horrible mess, which, let's face it, I spent most of my young teen years with that look because I did not know what I was doing with my hair. Or you go the other end of the spectrum and you end up with really fluffy hair with hardly any definition at all. With this, I kind of feel like it gives you a little bit of somewhere in between. You get good definition, but it's quite natural. And if during the day you feel like you are beginning to lose a bit of the definition, it's starting to get a bit fluffy, which it does, all I do is I've got a bottle with water in it, a water spray, and I just spray over the hair, and then I just quickly give it a sort of scrunch through just to get that definition back again, and that's it. That's all I need to do, and that's worked for me for years. I've been using that product for such a long time, and as yet I haven't actually found something that I get on with as well that's just so easy to use. One pump, done. So the last product I want to talk to you about is hairbrushes. Again, I've used a few over the years, mainly paddle brushes. I did try a tangle teaser a little while ago, just purely because of the hype of it. and I didn't find that it was that good. I kept dropping it. I know that there's one that you can buy which has a handle. I didn't get that one, it just looked huge. So instead, I watched a video recently that Lily Pebbles did, and she talked about the wet brush. So I decided to get one. Here it is. I've been using this for about a week or so. The idea behind the wet brush is that it's supposed to be strong enough to be able to get through your tangles, but flexible enough that it doesn't actually pull and break your hair too much. And considering I can only ever brush my hair when it's wet, unless I'm mad and I want to brush my hair and have it out here somewhere, which I'm not going to do for you right now, it sounded like a really good prospect for me to try. And in the shower, this is really nice to use. It just kind of slips through the hair really nicely, and it's actually quite quick to brush my hair as well, whereas when I had the Tangle Teaser there was a lot of messing around and trying to hold it, and then I'd probably drop it and have to pick it up again. And the only thing I would say about the handle of this is the fact that it is quite thin, which when you're holding it in your hand, and if you come across a knot or anything, sometimes it can dig into the back of your fingers, and that's quite uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, at least I now have a handle, so I can live with that for the minute. Thank you so much for watching my video on my curly hair, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!